Hi, Mama. But I don't know. Like I just feel like if I let it give it a day, then she's back to normal. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Hi. What's your name again? Chip. Hi. What's your name? Wayne? I'm Katie. Oh, it's me. Thanks for coming. Put her in my car because she's not well. She's acting weird. She's like not okay. She's like panting and her tail's under and she's like shaking. So I think she's gonna throw up or something. So I just in my car. I think that's okay. Are you guys okay with her being in here? I just am afraid she's gonna throw up like during class. One time she threw up on somebody's mat. Okay, I'll if you guys are okay with her. You want to come in? You want to come? Come on. You want to stay or do you want to come in? You want to come inside? Are you coming? You want to come in? Or you want to stay? What would you rather, honey? You want to stay here? Okay, I'm just gonna leave her out there. She didn't hop out. Okay, I'm just gonna leave her. She's like, she didn't hop out. Like I was like, come on, she's okay, friends. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Just a few announcements. I have my Sundance retreat first weekend of December. Couple spots left if you're interested. And then El Salvador, I have one room left in January if anyone wants to come. I'd love to have you. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And other than that, let's just do yoga. So let's start on our backs today, friends. Go ahead and lie down. So as you lie down, might feel really good to stretch a little bit. Maybe take your arms long and your legs long. You might even bend your knees in for a moment, give them a little squeeze or take a little rock. And eventually just find what's called constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent and feet nice and wide. So mat width distance apart with your feet. And let your knees fall in either until they touch, or if they just kind of hover and not quite touch each other, that's fine too. An invitation to bring one hand to your heart space and one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. And just really start to notice everything that is right here, right now, in this moment. So feel the weight of your body on the ground. Feel any sensations that are present physically. And also notice how you feel energetically, emotionally, mentally. Just notice how you showed up, what you brought with you. An invitation to begin our practice today with a 3-part breath exercise. So this is called Viloma breathing, and we'll take 3 rounds of it together. So all it is, it's a great big inhale all the way to fullness, and then we'll take a 3-part exhale. So we'll let go of 1/3 of our breath, pause, then the second third, pause, then all the way to empty, hold in emptiness, and then we'll refill. We'll do that 3 times. So wherever you're at, go ahead and just exhale, let go, empty out, and then fill up as big as you can and hold. Exhale just 1/3 and then pause. Second third, pause. Good, and then all the way to emptiness, all the way to the very, very bottom. Hold in emptiness for a split second and then refill. Inhale. All the way up, hold in fullness. Feel this breath inside of you. And then just 1/3, let it out, pause. Second, third, let it go. Very nice, and then all the way to empty. Find emptiness, pause. One last time, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top. And then that first third, let it go. Second, third, let it go. All the way to emptiness. Good job. This time, just fill up as big as you can. And then huge exhale out your mouth, release. Good. Now seal your lips and start to drop into Ujjayi breath. Start to fire up your Ujjayi breath in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So see if you can start to not only feel your breath as it flows through you, as you expand and contract, as the breath rises and falls within you. See if you can also hear your breath. So it sounds almost like an ocean wave or wind moving through trees. Sometimes people even call it a Darth Vader breath. So you're constricting the muscles in the back of your throat that you constrict when you whisper, when you hum, or even when you gasp. So you should really feel and hear your breath as it moves through your throat. Be here for just a few more rounds. And also remember that if you want to come back here at any time, you're more than welcome to. So at any point, if you just want to take a moment, rest, come back to your own rhythm, your own breath, you can lay down, close your eyes. This is available to you. If you're ready to start moving, go ahead and draw your knees towards your belly. Just take a little rock from side to side. Give your low back a little massage against the ground. And then eventually let your knees fall over to the right side for a supine spinal twist. So knees go right, left arm could either extend out to the left, or maybe you cactus your left arm against the ground. Take a few deep breaths, all the way down into low belly, low back. And just feel whatever there is to feel. And then in your next couple of rounds, just switch to the other side. So with awareness, stay connected to your breath. Bring your knees through center. Take them over to the left. Right arm out to the right. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. And then send your breath deep down into your belly. Deep into your low back, even your hips and your pelvis. Each exhalation, just let your body melt a little more. So let go of any resistance, any tightness. Just give in. When you feel pretty much even on both sides with this twist, go ahead and bring your knees back to center. Once again, take a little rock. And if you prefer, you're more than welcome to find your own way up to your hands and knees. But if you want to, I'm gonna rock and roll a few times. So if you'd like to join me, you can rock and roll a few times along your spine. Maybe you even find a little bit of hover time on your upper back or on your sit bones, like you're in boat pose. After a few rocks, cross your ankles and just roll over your feet. So come forward to hands and knees. And you might kind of crawl back a little bit so you're nice and centered on your mat. Once you're on hands and knees, move any way your body feels like moving this morning. So maybe you start with cat-cows. Maybe you even want to sit back into a child's pose for a few breaths. You could come all the way forward towards cobra or even a scorpion cobra with your big toes touching behind you. Lifting your toes up, bending your knees. So lots of options. Lots of ways to explore. Yeah, nice. And feel free, if it helps, to keep your eyes closed. So let go of how you look. Let go of how anybody else in the room looks, what anyone else is doing, and just focus on yourself. Focus on your body. What do you feel? What does your spine feel? Your shoulders and your hips, even your shoulder blades and your elbow joints. So there's about 1,000,000 things you can notice if you really tune in. Give yourself about 4 or 5 more rounds exploring in this way. And then eventually start to find your transition back to our first downward facing dog. Nice job, friends. Once you're back in down dog, keep feeling around. So keep exploring. Maybe you pedal out your heels. Maybe you give your hips a little shift from side to side. Maybe you lift up to your fingertips and see if you can feel your strong core lifting you out of your wrists. So get curious in down dog. Is there any way you can be a little more efficient in your own body? And just quickly, question from me to you. If you do not want any hands-on adjustments, you do not want to be touched today, totally fine. I don't take it personal at all. Just let me know by lifting one leg in the air. All right, thank you. So a couple more rounds in down dog. And if you want to, you can lift one leg and then the other just to kind of feel around and explore. Nice job, everyone. Take one more big inhalation into your dog pose. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat and however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, give yourself a moment in your fold. You can grab opposite elbows if you want to for ragdoll. You might sway a little bit or bounce a little bit. So try as best you can to bring your weight forward. So less weight in your heels, more weight in the balls of your feet and the pads of your toes. So if I came up behind you and wanted to slide a piece of paper under your heels, you could lift your heels really easily. And then see if from there, even if you've got a big bend in your knees, that's fine. See if you can use your strong core to lift your sit bones, lift your butt just a little bit higher. As you lift your butt a little bit higher, see if you can let the crown of your head move a little closer to the ground. Relax your neck. Nice job, friends. Take one more deep breath in your fold. With your next inhalation, come to a halfway lift position. So get all the rounding out of your back. Nice, Kate. And as you exhale, release, let it go. Do that once more, halfway lift. So stick your butt out, top of your head reaches forward, back of your neck is long. Exhale, fold. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart, this time all the way up. Inhale your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Flow with your breath for a moment. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, hinge at your hips and slow dive down. Big bend in the knees might feel really nice. As you inhale, find your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice, Jen. Exhale, fold and bow. Ha. Reconnect to your center, press into your feet and take it all the way back up. Inhale, your arms reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Very nice. Let's add on a bit. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, sit back into a chair position, Utkatasana, fierce pose. So weight back in your heels as you sit low. And as you sit low, see if you can feel a connection to your center. So your belly button pulls back towards your spine. And then see if you can squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together on your back. Lift your heart just a little higher. Yes, beautiful. Take one more round of breath in your chair. See if you can sit just a little bit lower. And then very bottom of your exhalation, let it all go. Forward fold. Lift to your spinal extension. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, nice, Diane. Plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. So take just a moment in your plank pose, spread your fingers really wide and actively push the ground away. See if you can take little baby rocks forward and back like you're sawing through a piece of wood with your body. At any time, if you want to modify, your knees absolutely can come down. Take one more inhale at the top and maybe a little baby rock forward so you're on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower 1 or 2 inches down. So bend your elbows a little bit, keep your belly strong. Inhale, straighten your arms, press all the way back up. Exhale, 2 or 3 inches down, so a little bit lower. Yes, inhale, push back up, high plank. Now this time, exhale, halfway down, chaturanga hold. Try not to let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly drop. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Nice work. This time as slow as you can go all the way down. One strong straight line. Awesome, Cam. Inhale, find a back bend of your choice. So maybe it's a Spider-Man cobra, baby cobra, full cobra, sphinx pose, up dog. Nice, Samantha. And then when you are ready, downward facing dog. Find your way back with intention, with awareness. Once you're back in down dog, big, spacious, ujjayi breath. Fire it up. All right, from your down dog, next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. So 3-legged dog. And today, go ahead and open up your hip. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. So see if you can feel the muscle on the outside of your right butt cheek squeeze. It's called your medial glute. You want to use it to lift your right knee a little bit higher and open your hip a little bit more. Awesome. Take one more big inhale here. You can stay if you want. Nice, Dante. As you exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Inhale, back up. See if you can open your hips. So learn to articulate through your hip joint. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Pick it as high as you can. Yes, push the ground away. Inhale, back up. And then last one, everybody, knee to your nose. Round your spine, scoop out your belly. High on your back, tippy toes. Step forward as soft as you can. Low lunge. Take your time to rise up to your crescent lunge. So high on the ball of your back foot, all of your toes face directly forward, and then square hips. So energetically with your legs, see if you can hug towards midline. Front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward. And as you do that, automatically, you should feel your transverse abdominis engage. It's those lowest, deepest abdominals. So it feels like you have a little brace around your middle supporting your low back. Beautiful. Nice poses, everybody. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, we're just going to play with our balance. Bring your hands to your front thigh, lean forward. Draw your belly button in and up, almost like you're trying to puff up your low back. And then lean forward and let your back foot float off the ground. So warrior 3 variation. Strong with your back leg, like you're stomping it onto an invisible wall behind you. Keep your hips square if possible. Bend in your standing leg might be helpful. Choose to stay here with your hands pressing into your front thigh, or maybe one or both arms reaches forward, out, or even back. So your personal fullest expression. One last deep breath. Awesome, Trace. Come back and land softly in crescent if possible. Inhale. Nice work. Exhale, hands come down. Let's stretch our front hamstring. So bring your back knee down gently. And if you need to, you can double up the side of your mat with extra cushion. Try to keep your back toes curled under, so it's like a half screaming toe pose if you take your hips all the way to your heel. If you'd rather, you can keep your hips higher, more over your back knee. Scoot your front foot forward a little bit. Everybody flex your right toes back. Press down through the back of your right heel. And imagine that you're trying to pull your right heel back. So you're trying to stick your right butt cheek out behind you as you reach your heart. Yeah, nice. Drop further forward. Breathe. Good work. So press down with your right heel and pull back. Stick your right butt cheek out. Reach your heart further forward. Last couple breaths. If you're shaking or trembling, that's actually not a bad thing at all. Let it happen. This means you met an edge. Breathe into it. Bottom of your next exhale, really good. Come back into a low lunge. Lift your back knee up. And then just nice and easy, step your back foot forward, forward fold. Once you've arrived at the top of your mat, take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now pause here. Heel toe your feet out to the width of your mat, nice and wide. Bring your toes wider than heels, so toes might even come off your mat. Come down into your low squat, Malasana. So elbows to inner thighs or inner knees, hands to your heart. And as best you can, keep your heels down. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them. If you tend to roll onto the inner edges of your feet, see if you can press into the outer edges as well. And then if you want to, you might even play with trying to move through cat-cows from this position. So as you inhale, try to stick your butt out and lift your heart. As you exhale, everything curls in and rounds. Notice how this pose feels different if you get something different out of it, depending on what your pelvis is doing, what your spine is doing. So notice, what do you feel in your body? No judgment, just getting curious. Last couple of rounds. Send your breath down into your hips and your groin. Bottom of your next exhalation, fingertips come down, lift your hips up. You can heel toe your feet back in however you prefer, hips width distance or big toes touch. Make sure all of your toes now face forward. Inhale to another halfway lift. Exhale, bow, let it go. Let's take it all the way up, rise, high mountain. Inhale, big stretch, nice Jenny. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right, inhale, arms reach up. This time as you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. For today, even if it feels weird, bend your elbows a lot and try to suction cup your palms together. Then once you've got that, imagine your elbows are magnetized. Try to squeeze them closer. Once you've got that, now imagine that just your fingers are super glued together and you're trying to pull just your fingers apart. Not your palms, but just your fingers. Keep all of that. You should feel what's called muscle energy happening in your arms. Start to reach your hands back if you can. Now, with your clasp, sit back into a chair pose. So it might feel really awkward with your hands behind you. See if you can be with it. Weight in your heels as you sit low. Feel a connection to your center. Feel your strong back muscles engaging and your heart nice and open. One more round in your chair. Maybe get a little lower. Bottom of your exhale, keep your clasp, forward fold. So crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. If you're still pressing your palms and at this point it feels like a bit much, maybe you let that part go. If you're still interlacing your fingers and that just feels like too much, you can let that part go, no big deal. Let your head be heavy. Maybe give your neck, or I guess your head, a little shake, yes or no. So relax your neck. Take one more inhale, lift your knuckles higher. Good work, everybody. Exhale, good Paul. Hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms dangle. You can give them a little shaky shake. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up. Little rock forward. Come to your knees if you want, just like we did before. Bend your elbows a little bit, lower 1 or 2 inches. Inhale, push back up. Strong straight line, 2 or 3 inches this time, a little bit lower. Yes. Inhale, push back up. Now one more time. Halfway down, find your chaturanga hold. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push up. Nice. Wane and slow as you possibly can, all the way to your belly. Back bend of choice. Lift your heart. You're welcome to take an extra breath or 2. And then as you're ready, downward facing dog. Something else. Okay, if you feel like you need to go, okay, do whatever. But all right, friends, from your dog pose, left leg to the sky. Nice. So try not to move through your right leg or your right arm or shoulder as you open your left hip. So bend your left knee and peel it open, reach it out, reach it up. It's like your left hip is a hinge on a door and your left leg is the door. It just swings open. Squeeze to your outer left glute, that medial glute. That pesky little sucker. See if you can get it to engage. Take one more inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, left knee to your right elbow. Push the ground away as you twist. Yes. Inhale back up. Nice, Laura. Open your left hip. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit super high. Push the ground away. Awesome. Inhale back up. Nice, Hannah. Open your hip one last time. And then everybody knee to your nose. So round your spine, scoop out your belly. And then as softly as possible, step your left foot forward. Low lunge. Rise up. Take your time. Crescent lunge. Nice, CC. So strong legs. Front hip energetically pulls back. Back hip energetically pulls forward. So feel like you're plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. Your legs are really strong. They're creating your strong foundation. Your upper body then can grow into your expression. So feel into your upper body. Feel even into your hands and your fingers. Notice what you're doing with your face. Notice what you're doing with your gaze. Be intentional. One more big inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward, bring your hands to your front thigh, draw your belly button in and up. So again, like you're trying to puff up or just slightly round through your low back. Lean forward and let your back foot float off the ground. So back foot stays active and back leg is strong as if you're trying to stomp it on an invisible wall. Yes. Hips are square. You can bend your standing leg if it's helpful. Inner thighs face each other. Hug towards midline. Maybe extend one or both arms forward, out to the sides, or even back. Nice, Chris. So your personal fullest expression, give it one more big, deep breath. Nice, Nan. And then come back, soft landing, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Back knee comes down. And if you need that extra cushion, you can use anything you've got, a sweatshirt, or you can fold over the side of your mat. Back toes stay curled under if you take your hips all the way back to your heels. So it's like a half screaming toe pose, or you can bring your front foot forward. Hips can stay over your back knee. Same thing. Flex your toes back. Press down through your left heel and energetically pull back towards you. Good. So try to stick your left butt cheek out as you reach your heart further forward. So rather than trying to push your heel forward, try to pull it back. Yes. So if I came and played footsie with you, I'd push into your foot. That's the action you want to create yourself, if at all possible. Last couple of breaths. Very nice, you guys. Slowly, bottom of your next exhalation, come back into your low lunge. Lift your back knee up. And just nice and easy, step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, neutralize your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet out once again, coming into our low yogi squat. So toes wider than heels, malasana, butt towards the ground, crown of your head towards the sky. Only if you want to. Option to intensify this by bringing your arms overhead, and then see if you can interlace your fingers, steeple index finger, and try to press your arms back as you press your heart forward. So rather than looking down at the ground and pointing forward, try to point straight up with your index fingers. Butt towards the ground, crown towards the sky. Weight as much as you can in your heels and press into the outer edges of your feet as well. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them. Last couple breaths. Really nice, everyone. Breathe down into your hips. Last inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring your fingertips to the ground, lift your hips to the sky. Regular forward fold, so heel toe your feet in however you like them. One more halfway lift to realign. Breathe in. Lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Take it all the way up to stand. Reach up and stretch. Inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Okie dokie. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then we're going to sit back into a chair pose with our feet hips width distance apart. So if your feet are not already hips width distance apart, then adjust. Once you are back in your chair pose, feet hips width distance apart, we're going to twist. So from your chair, left hand comes down in between your feet, right arm to the sky. You're also welcome to bring your left hand to a block if you would like. Another modification if you want, left forearm comes across the top of your thighs, right arm reaches up. So you do you. Yes, weight in your heels, stick your butt out. Spine is long, work your twist from your center. See if you can sit a little lower. See if you can twist a little further. Last couple rounds. Awesome job, everyone. Beautiful poses. Very end of your next exhale, unwind, forward fold. Pause in your fold for a moment. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring your arms to the outsides of your legs, hands behind your ankles, forearms behind your calves, elbows behind your knees. So you might need to bend your knees a lot to get your arms into this position. Once you've got your arms here, see if you can start to press arms into legs, legs into arms, and lift your butt up towards the sky. Try to keep your weight slightly forward, less in your heels, more in your toes and the balls of your feet. Use your core to lift your butt higher. Yes, so think butt towards the ground, butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Take one last round. It's an active forward fold. You're working it. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank position. Pause. Vashisthasana, side plank. Right hand is your foundation. So roll into the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left arm to the sky. Feet can be stacked or staggered, or if you feel like modifying, absolutely fine to bring your right knee down. If your right knee is not on the ground, lift your hips really, really high. Yeah. So the higher you get your hips, less weight you'll feel in your shoulder and your wrist. Maybe reach your left arm forward towards the front wall. Feel the length in your left side. Yes, beautiful, my friends. Maybe even float your left leg up. Give it one more big, deep breath, fullest expression. Nice, can come back slowly, plank pose, top of your push-up. Inhale, find your strength. Slowly lower for 3, 2, 1, all the way to your belly. Start in a baby cobra. So use your back strength to lift your heart. And then see if you can keep your heart lifted this high. Float your hands up, reach your hands back. Float your feet up, reach your toes back, but try not to widen your legs. So imagine your inner thighs are trying to rotate in and up towards the ceiling. And then with your back muscles, see if you can hug them towards your spine. It helps me personally if I bend my elbows and try to squeeze my elbows closer together behind my back. So see if you can find muscles in your back that you didn't even know were there. Take one more inhale, lift, lift, lift. Yay, good job. Let it go. Press up to tabletop position. If you want a quick child's pose, go for it. All right, so in your tabletop, spread your fingers really wide and push into the ground. Draw your belly button in and up so you feel that brace around your center. And then take your right arm forward, left leg back for a spinal balance. So right arm forward, left leg back, strong, powerful line. Inner thighs face each other. Hips are square. One more inhale here. Like you're moving through molasses, elbow to knee underneath you. Curl in, hollow out, slow motion. Inhale, re-extend, long, strong, powerful line. 2 more like that, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Beautiful, last one, exhale, elbow to knee. This time, inhale, reach. And as you exhale, set just your right hand down. Pivot on your right knee so your right foot comes to the outside of your mat. Now we're all in a modified side plank, left arm to the sky. Yes. So the tendency here is to want to stick your butt out behind you. See if you can squeeze your outer right butt cheek. It's your medial glute again. See if you can press your hips forward a little more. Maybe reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. And then final option, only if you want it, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. Once you've got it, gentle leverage to work your pose. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. See if you can let your heart look up more. Squeeze through your outer right glute. Press your hips forward. One last round. Your personal fullest expression. Slowly come back, tabletop. Good job. From tabletop, we'll move into thread the needle. Invitation, if you want, to gate your right leg out to the right. So it's like a half wide-legged straddle. Toes face forward, sole of your foot presses down. Left arm out to the left, and then all the way up. Inhale here. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath you. Come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. If you do not like having your right leg extended, then no big deal. Just set your right knee on the ground. Big, spacious breaths into your back body. Yeah, and if you are able to grab your right big toe with your left peace fingers, go for it. But no need to force. Make sure you can breathe big and spacious. Nice, Diane. Beautiful poses, friends. Give it about 3 more rounds of breath, all the way to empty as you exhale. If you happen to have your right hand lifted, set your right hand back down. Next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up one more time, as high as you can. And then left hand down, pick up your right foot, whether or not you had it extended, pick it up, reach it back, and bring your right toes off the left edge of your mat. Pull your hips over to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So you might kind of lean over to the right, maybe bend your elbows, one or both. So feel around. Sometimes I like to round my back a little bit and peekaboo under my left armpit. So see what you can find. Last big deep breath. Yes. Come back to tabletop. And take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And then once again, go ahead and peel your hip open. Only if it will serve you today, invitation to flip your dog. So right foot comes down behind you, right arm reaches forward. So 3-legged back bend. Yes, good. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Stretch through your front body. One more inhale. Exhale, come back. 3-legged down dog. See if you can find square hips now. So if you need to, you can set your right foot down and then re-extend. But feel, what do square hips feel like in your body? Take one more inhale. Now as softly, as slowly as you can, right foot to the top of your space. Warrior 2 stance. So pivot your back heel down. Cartwheel your arms up. Virabhadrasana 2. So right toes face directly forward. Left toes face directly to the left. And your front knee, if it tends to want to fall in, see if you can wrap your right butt cheek underneath you. Track it towards your pinky toe. Take one more round. Settle into your warrior 2. And then end of your exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe press your palms and magnetize your elbows. Start to reach your hands back. And then little lift of your heart. Tilt your chin up. One more inhale. This is called ostrich pose. It's from Forest Yoga. You're hinging at your hips. You're bringing the crown of your head down towards the middle of your mat. So it's different than humble warrior. Keep bending into your front knee. Crown of your head comes down towards the center of your yoga mat. Keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe. Keep pressing into the outer edges of both feet. See if you can lift your knuckles up as you reach the crown of your head down. Yes, feel your core working. Beautiful, my friends. Take one last inhale. As you exhale, hands to low back, release your clasp, nice and easy. Let's come into a wide-legged straddle. So straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Find an inhale and take a halfway lift. And then wherever you'd like to go, either exhale and fold or play. Explore, breathe. Anywhere you want to take it, just be in your body, be with your breath. Over and over again, coming back to right here, right now. You're working the fold. See if you can bring your weight, again, slightly forward. So less in your heels, a little more in your toes and the balls of your feet. And then really focus on lifting your butt up as you reach the crown of your head down. And see if you can get the front of your thighs, your quad muscles to turn on, to squeeze. Last couple of breaths. All right, with your next inhalation, come to a halfway lift, fingertips on the ground, so bend your knees if needed. And then start to walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes to face forward. You're back in a low lunge position. From your low lunge, we're gonna crawl our fingers forward and float our back leg to the sky. So like a warrior 3 with your fingertips on the ground or your hands on a block or blocks. So go for a halfway lift in your spine and then strong straight line with your back foot or back leg, excuse me. Bring your right hand up to the crease in your right hip. Right hand to the crease in your right hip. Literally push your fingers into that crease and try to push your right hip towards the back wall even more. As you do that, you should feel your upper body start to twist to the right. Eventually, see if you can reach your right arm up, revolved half moon pose. Yes, back leg strong. Squeeze your inner thighs. Twist from your center. Good work. Maybe even gaze up at your right hand if you're feeling crazy. Take one last round. Work your twist from the inside, strong through your back leg. Nice job. Good. Awesome. Forward fold. Let it all go. All right. Bring your feet out wide, but keep your toes facing forward. So feet out about the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. Inhale, bend your knees a lot and lengthen your spine. It's almost like you're a football player and you're about to hike the ball behind you. And then as you exhale, lift your hips and work your fold. Do that a few more times. Inhale, bend your knees, stick your butt out, spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold, butt towards the sky, crown towards the ground. Couple more like that. Inhale, bend your knees, lengthen your spine. Good. Exhale. Fold deeply all the way to empty. Last one. Inhale, bend and lengthen your spine. Nice, Kate. Exhale, fold. All right, hang out in your fold. Heel toe your feet in a little closer. And this time, just keep your head and your arms hanging heavy. Really, really, really slow roll up to stand. So one vertebra at a time. All the way up. Eventually, at the very top, your head stacks. Maybe you roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And eventually just stand in what we call mountain pose with your arms out to your sides, palms facing forward. Feel the space in between your shoulders, nice and broad through your collarbones. Feel your feet rooting down. Crown of your head drawing up. Close your eyes and feel yourself standing from the inside. This is mountain pose. What does a mountain feel like? Embody it. Rooted, grounded, bold, powerful. Take up space. Feel your breath flow through you. One more inhale as you are. Fill up as big as you can. Hold in that fullness. Maybe an extra little sip. And then open your mouth, let it out. Ah, good. Ujjayi breath, reconnect. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, chair pose, sit back. So feet, once again, hips width distance apart, all of your toes face forward, coming into a twist. This time, right hand in between your feet, left arm to the sky. You're also welcome to use a block under your right hand. You're also welcome to bring your right forearm across your thighs and reach your left arm up. Keep reaching your butt back a lot. Lengthen your spine. So from the crown of your head back to your sit bones. See if you can feel all that length and even create more of it. Use your exhales to twist, twist, twist. Last couple rounds of breath here. See if you can sit a little lower. Weight in your heels, knees nice and even. One more inhale. Open up through the left side of your heart. And then as you exhale, let it go. Forward fold. All right, once again, You may have to bend your knees a lot to get into this. And if you want to take a different variation, you're welcome to. You could grab your piece or wrap your peace fingers around big toes, or even gorilla pose, step on your palms. The invitation I'm giving you, you're going to bring your arms once again to the outsides of your legs and then thread them in between. So you're grabbing the front of your shins with your palms. Once you've gotten hold of the front of your shins, then you start to lift your butt up, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Yes, good. So it's kind of like you're making an infinity sign with your arms. Actively work the pose. Use your strong core. So butt up, crown down, breathe, breathe up the length of your spine, down the backs of your legs. Couple more. Notice if the weight is nice and even through the inner and outer edges of your feet, or are you rocking either way? Try to even it out. Bottom of your next exhale, release your arms. Nice job. Halfway lift to realign. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank pose, pause, side plank, Vashisthasana. Left hand this time is your foundation. So roll into the baby toe edge of left foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered. Imagine you're karate kicking the ground with the outer edge of your left foot. So make your left foot really active. Yes, good. Lift your hips really high. Maybe right arm reaches forward, bicep next to your ear. Feel the length in your right side. Beautiful. Maybe even try floating your right leg up. And as you do so, nice, Jenny, see if you can lift your hips even higher. Your personal fullest expression. One more big, huge breath. Nice work, my friends. Slow motion, plank or modified plank. Find your strength. Inhale at the top, push the ground away, and then slowly lower for 3, 2, 1. Start low, low cobra, baby cobra. Lift your heart using your back strength. Nice. And then just like we did before, float your hands up, reach your hands back, float your feet up, reach your toes back. So locust pose, great place to stay. Or if you would like, option to interlace your fingers here and then use your great big fists. See if you can lift your heart a little higher. Reach your knuckles back. Hug in with your inner thighs and imagine you're trying to rotate your inner thighs in and up towards the ceiling. Find your breath. Take it all the way down. One last time. Lift, 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 float higher. Nice. Let it go. We'll meet in a tabletop. So maybe a quick child's pose, or maybe just a moment resting on your belly. As you come into tabletop, spread your fingers wide and actively push down. So although this seems like a pretty simple pose, just all fours, there's actually a lot you can notice and a lot of ways you can be more efficient. Feel that brace around your middle, navel to spine. And then we're taking our left arm forward, right leg back this time. So left arm, right leg, strong, straight, powerful line. Beautiful. So rather than going for a smiley face shape, strong straight line from front to back. Inner thighs face each other. Your back leg, strong and powerful. Yes, take one more inhale. And as you exhale, elbow to knee, curl in like you're moving through honey, slow motion. Inhale, re-extend, lengthen out. Elbow to knee, all the way to empty. Round your back, navel to spine. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, use your strong core, elbow to knee, all the way to emptiness. Good job. Inhale, lengthen. Press just your left hand to the ground. So set your left hand down, pivot on your left knee. So left foot comes to the outside of your mat. Right arm reaches up, modified side plank. Yes. If you feel like your butt is sticking out behind you, see if you can squeeze your outer left butt cheek, that medial glute again. See if you can use it to press your hips forward a little more, open through the front of your hips. Maybe right arm forward. And then only if you want to, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Once you've got it, gentle leverage to work your pose. So not forceful or aggressive, but just find your edge and then breathe into it. If you're kicking your right foot back, try to kick it back rather than up. Let your heart look up. One last big deep breath. Nice, Chris. Awesome, Nan. Slow motion, release. Come back to hands and knees. And then from hands and knees, Invitation to gate your left leg out to the left, toes face forward, sole of your foot presses down. Right arm out, and then all the way up, reach as high as you can, inhale. Exhale, thread it through. So gently come down to rest outside of your shoulder and head. You can grab your big toe with your right peace fingers, awesome. You can make that bind, or any other way you want to work this pose. If you don't like having your left leg extended, no biggie, just put your left knee back on the ground. Breathe. Soft forehead, soft cheeks, soft jaw. Nice job, everybody. Last couple here. If your left hand happens to be lifted, bring it slowly back to the earth. Next time you inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it all the way out and up once more. And then right hand down. Pick up your left foot and take your left toes off the right edge of your mat. Push them into the ground, pull your hips over to the left and gaze back over your right shoulder. So see if you can find length in your left side. Sometimes I even like to use my right heel to give my left quad a little massage, almost like I'm using a lacrosse ball, massaging out my left quad muscle. So it doesn't have to be yoga. What can you find? What can you feel? Breathe into it, soften around it, last big deep breath. And come back to tabletop. Okay, take it back to downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath, fire it up, powerful and strong. Inhale, left leg high. Open your left hip, so bend your knee and peel it open. Stay right here, or option to flip your dog. So only if you want to. Left foot comes down behind you. Left arm forward, or maybe even left hand behind your head as a little support. Lift your hips. Breathe down into your belly. Those of you in the back bend, one more deep breath. Nice work. Come back, three-legged down dog, square hips. So if you need to, you can set your left foot down and re-extend. Take one more inhale with your strong left leg. Reach it up. And then exhale as soft as you can. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. Pivot your back heel down and rise to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So left toes directly forward, right toes directly to the right. Very nice, you guys. Good awareness. Your front knee tracks towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing inwards. Soften through your shoulders. So if it feels like you're shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears, sometimes it helps me to turn my palms up towards the sky and feel my shoulders relax down. So nice and relaxed through your shoulders, long through your neck. Take one more breath in your Warrior 2. And then at the bottom of your exhalation, once again, hands behind you, interlace. This will be your last time. If you want to, just to be different, see if you can switch your fingers to one finger over. So it's going to feel a little bit awkward, a little bit funky. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you can, reach your hands back, lift your heart up. Tilt your chin up, one more in-breath. Ostrich pose. So exhale, hinge at your hips, dive down, head towards the center of your yoga mat. So humble warrior, your head is more towards the front of your mat. In ostrich pose, head is towards the center. Keep bending your front knee and tracking your front knee open towards your pinky toe. Yes. Keep pressing into the outer edges of both feet. And see if you can lift your knuckles even higher. Yes, just a couple more breaths. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Press into the outer edges of both of your feet. Use your strong core to lift your butt a little more. One last inhale. As you exhale, hands to low back, then release. Fingertips to the ground. Straighten your front leg and parallel your feet. So come into your wide-legged straddle position. Inhale, halfway lift. Stick your butt out, everything nice and long. Exhale, either fold or any way you want to work this pose on this side. About 5 or 6 rounds of breath. Ah. Very good, everyone. All right, if you are working somewhere, begin to wrap it up. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees as much as you need. Walk your hands to the top of your space, back to a low lunge position. And then from your low lunge, crawl your hands forward and lift your back foot off the ground. So not like standing splits, but like a warrior 3 with your fingertips on the ground or hands on a block or blocks. So you want a spinal extension in your upper body, like a halfway lift, and then your back leg is parallel to the ground. Bring your left fingers into the crease of your left hip. So literally put your fingers in that crease and try to push your left hip towards the back wall. As you push your left hip back, you should feel your upper body start to twist. So you work that twist from your strong core and then maybe reach your left arm to the sky. Yes. Awesome. Keep pressing with your back foot. Keep twisting from your center. Breathe down into your belly. I know it's a lot. I know it's uncomfortable. One last round. Give it everything you've got. Good job. And then let it go. Forward fold. Step down to the top of your space. All right. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Bow and fold. Let's take it all the way up. Arms overhead as you breathe in. And then listen as you breathe out, hands behind your back as if you are about to put them into your back pockets. So either fingers face down towards your butt, or if it feels better, you can wrap your fingers around your waist, thumbs face in, or you could even make fists with your hands. So whatever works best for you. Everybody roll your shoulders back and down and try to point your elbow tips straight back. Hug in with your inner thighs as if you're squeezing an invisible yoga block. And then start to press your hands forward into your hips, but then press your hips back into your hands at the same time. Puff up your chest, tilt your chin up, gaze up. So you're in a standing back bend. Feel your strong low belly. Hug in with your inner thighs. And as you press your hands forward into your hips, press your hips back into your hands. So you should feel the tiniest little tone in your glutes and in your lowest, deepest abdominals. Lift your heart even higher, open even more. One more big, huge, full body breath. And then at the bottom of your exhale, we're just gonna come through a neutral spine. You can reach your arms up if you want, you don't have to. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs, wrap your fingers in. So nice and wide with your feet, maybe even wider than hips. We're gonna take 3 rounds of what's called Uddiyana Bandha or Agni Sara. So I'll show you first and then we'll do 3 together. The inhale is like a standing cow pose. Stick your butt out, lift your heart. And then we'll exhale really strongly through our mouth. Round our spine, draw our belly button in and up. We're gonna hold in emptiness for as long as we can. Or if you want, you can do little pulses like you're a belly dancer, in and out. And then once you need to, let the belly go, inhale. So let's go together. Inhale, stick your butt out, lift your heart. Good. Exhale through your mouth or your teeth. Round your spine a lot. Pull your belly button in and up. Hold there for as long as you can in emptiness, or try those little pulses. They can go fast or slow, like you're a belly dancer, in and out. Yes, when you need to take your inhale, let the belly go and breathe in. Lift your heart. It's at your own pace. Powerful exhales. Find your strong center. Hold there. Pulse if you want. It's like an abdominal massage. We got one more round. Take your inhale when you need it. Yeah. Hold, 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 hold. Squeeze, pulse, maybe. And then your last one, you'll inhale to your standing cow and just exhale into a forward fold. Once you are in your forward fold, Hang out there and come back to your Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath. Feel that connection to your center. Halfway lift with your next inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga all the way to your belly. Baby cobra, one last time. Lift your heart using your back strength. And then move into your locust pose. Float your hands up, reach your toes back. Invitation either to stay in locust, to interlace your fingers, or to go for your full floor bow if you want. Bend your knees, grab hold of the tops of your feet or your ankles, hug in with your inner thighs, and then see if you can lift a little higher. So kick feet into hands, pull hands back into feet, and lift, lift, lift through your heart. Breathe, breathe, breathe down into your belly. One more big inhale. Awesome. Okay. And let it go. Relax everything down. You can rest your head to one side. Maybe kind of rock your hips back and forth, or even bend your knees and windshield wiper your shins back and forth. Breathe down into your low back. Nice job. Next few rounds, downward facing dog. All right, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then just a pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Bring your body down gently. Try to get your right knee as wide as you can. So the wider your right knee goes, the more external rotation you're getting in your hip. And then rather than just plopping down, like I know is really tempting, see if you can pull your right butt cheek back and up. So there's, as if there's a invisible rope attached to your right butt cheek, it's pulling up and back as you take your heart forward and down. And then all you have to do to go deeper once you're bowing forward is scoot your back knee back a tiny bit further. Doesn't take much. Yes, good. Big, spacious breaths down into your hips. Do you want to take this on your back or in a seat instead? You're more than welcome to. Side out your mouth anytime. Nice job. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds. Good job. About 3 more breaths. It feels like a lot. Give it somewhere to go. All that energy. Let it out your mouth. Bottom of your next exhale, we'll start to lift your upper body. Plant your hands, curl your back toes under, and we're just going to take it back to a 3-legged tabletop. So you can scoot your back knee in, and then unthread your right leg. Give it a nice little shaky shake. After a few shakes, bend your knee. Imagine you're trying to squeeze an invisible rolled up washcloth behind your knee. Flex your toes back and active. Start to draw big circles with your right knee, as big as you can make them. Fullest range of motion you can find. Feel your medial glute on the outside of your right butt cheek squeeze as you lift your knee out and up. Reverse your circles. Take a few in the opposite direction. Try to keep every other part of your body really, really still. Really, really stable. Yes, good. Now finally extend your right leg straight back. Take your left arm straight forward. Spinal balance, you can stay here if you want. Otherwise, bend your right knee. Reach back with your left hand, grab hold. Hug in with your inner thighs. Kick and pull, gentle leverage. Lift your heart, breathe down into your belly. Spread your toes as you hold your foot in your hand. One last big deep breath. And then slowly release, come back to spinal balance. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, tabletop. Downward facing dog. If you want a quick vinyasa to reset, go for it. Inhale your left leg to the sky. And exhale, pigeon pose, left shin to the top of your mat. Set yourself up just as intentionally as you did on the other side. It's nice and wide with your left knee. Left butt cheek pulls back and up. Very good. Nice, Chris. Good awareness, you guys. And heart forward whenever you're ready. Start your bow. Think of every exhalation as an invitation to let go. So maybe it's just inside. It's not even physical, but every exhale, something inside of you softens just a little bit. Surrenders just a little bit. Might just be energetic. You can visualize your breath moving down into your hips. Use your imagination. You do find that in these moments where we have more time to be in poses, you find that you wander off in your mind and distract yourself. That's okay. But just start to notice that. And every time you notice you've gone somewhere else, bring yourself back to here and now. Be with the sensation in your hips. Notice where are you tightening or tensing up that you do not need to be. And see what happens just by noticing. Take about 3 more breaths. Out your mouth at any time. And then slowly start to lift your upper body. Plant your hands. Curl your back toes under and scoot your back knee forward a bit. And then we'll unthread our left leg. Give it a nice little shake. Shaky shake in our 3-legged tabletop. After a few shakes, you know where to go. Bend your knees, squeeze your invisible rolled up washcloth, flex your toes, and draw your big circles. Fullest range of motion you can find through your left hip. Medial glute squeezes as you take your left knee out and up. For some reason, people have the hardest time getting that muscle to engage. So start just getting more curious about it. Reverse your circles if you haven't already. And then extend your left leg straight back. Reach your right arm straight forward. Spinal balance. If you want, you can stay here. Otherwise, one last heart opener. Reach your right arm back. Bend your left knee. Grab hold of your foot or your ankle. Kick foot into hand. Pull hand back into foot. Hug in with inner thighs to stay out of low back. So lift through your heart by using the mobility in your mid and your upper spine. Breathe down into your belly. Try to spread your toes as you hold your foot in your hand. Last big, deep breath. Full body breath. And then let it go. Spinal balance. Inhale, realign, neutralize. Exhale, tabletop. You can either sit back in a child's pose. You can take it back to one final down dog, or you can take one final vinyasa if you would like. Maybe a little bit of everything. Wherever you end up, wherever you choose to go, just be there, breathe there, feel whatever there is to feel. And then in your next few rounds, my friends, find your way all the way down onto your back, however you want to get there, in whichever direction you want to face. I do not care. Once you're on your back, just like we did at the very beginning of our practice, hug your knees in, take a little rock. And then bring the soles of your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms. Walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. Inhale here, and as you exhale, both of your knees fall to the right. Stay there for a moment, keeping your feet wide. And imagine that you're trying to reach your left knee forward and down. So feel that length in your left side. If you want, you can bring the outer edge of your right foot to the outside of your left knee and apply just a little bit of gentle leverage. Good. And then in your next couple rounds, switch to the other side. So keep your feet really wide. That opens up space in your low back. Just let your knees fall over to the left side. Same options apply. So if you would like, outer edge of left foot to the outside of right knee. Big deep breaths. I'll leave it up to you. So when you feel somewhat even on both sides, come back to center. Take a happy baby posture. Grab hold of your feet. Feet are too much, you could grab ankles, shins, or even the backs of your thighs. And your happy baby, embody a happy baby. Roll back and forth, rock back and forth, maybe extend one leg like you're pulling on a bow and arrow, and then the other, maybe both at the same time. So anything else you want to finish off your practice, friends? Your next about 5 to 10 breaths. If there's any other poses, any last stretches you want to take, now is your time. So if you feel ready for Shavasana and you just want to go straight into it, perfectly fine with me. If there's anything else your body is still calling for, give yourself a moment. So eventually, my friends, start settling in to your final relaxation. And that can be the traditional corpse pose. If there's some other position that will allow you to relax more, to give in more, surrender more, feel free to go there instead. And it is 10:30, so I'll probably go about 5 minutes over. If you need to sneak out, feel free. If you are able to stay a few more minutes, just let your body give in. Let your breath become effortless. Give yourself these last few moments to simply just be. So you don't need to do anything. You don't need to be anywhere else but here. You don't need to show up for anybody else but you. My thought for you as we move into our Shavasana, just about sound. So sound is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. A sacred thread that weaves together the fabric of existence. Sound is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. A sacred thread that weaves together the fabric of existence. So these last few moments, as I play my bowls, gong, chimes, just take in the sounds, take in the vibrations, not needing to figure anything out in your mind, just allowing everything to flow through. Let whatever comes, come, whatever goes, go. Shavasana. Get deep breath in Let it go. And just start to wiggle fingers, toes, come back into your physical being. Start to feel the ground underneath you. And as you're ready, just roll to either side, fetal position. Give yourself just a moment resting on your side, this nurturing pose. Just in some way, shape, or form, imagine for yourself all the energy of your practice today, just kind of seeping into your body, absorbing in, integrating in. And using the strength in your arms, start to guide yourself up into seated meditation. So as you sit up, bring your hands to your heart. Either prayer hands or one palm stacked on top of the other. Close your eyes and we'll close our practice together with one big Om. So Om is technically 3 different sounds. It's Ah, O, and So try as best you can not to worry about how your voice sounds, no judgment, but focus more on how it feels to use your voice, to let it move through your body and express out your mouth. So start by emptying out, clear your throat if you need, and fill up with your voice. Open your mouth big and wide. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Just have a great rest of your day. I'm going to be here next Thursday, even though it's Thanksgiving. I will be here, so come get it. I'm not going to teach my night class, but I'm teaching this one. I don't honestly know. I never know, Laura. Could be, or maybe like 5 people. I don't even know.